G'day folks, Wren here, and it is time for the last 5 Friday of 2023. Congratulations, you've reached the end of 2023. But maybe you've reached the end of the year and you're like, ooh, I haven't hit my goal yet. What can I read to get me to hit that goal? Here are 5 books that are under 100 pages that you could read in like an hour or so and get that goal done. So coming in at 65 pages is Just the Two of Us by Carrie Green. This is a sapphic, best friends to lovers, small town, cozy, contemporary romance. It's very short, as all of these will be, but it was very captivating to me. I had such a fun time and I really want to continue the series because it had that really great small town cozy feel that I love. But this is about 2 best friends going on a little holiday for like a birthday trip, and during that trip one of the women decides that they're finally going to tell their best friend that they're in love with them, and then a romance ensues between them. It's very, very sweet, very cute, love the vibes, and it's queer. Next, coming in at 31 pages is Bloodchild by Octavia E. Butler. This, wow. I read this a long time ago and I still think about it. Octavia E. Butler is known for this kind of, I want to say like a horrific sci-fi in a way, and that's very much what Bloodchild is. It was giving horror vibes, but like in a sci-fi way. It was, ooh, how to describe this without giving anything away, which is the difficult thing with short books. How do you tell someone to read it without telling them the entire thing? But this was kind of about humans living in a kind of symbiotic relationship with these alien creatures. It was weird and messed up, but so good. I think if you haven't read Octavia E. Butler before, have a crack at this. Like, dive into the deep end and read this one. Like, it was the first Octavia E. Butler I ever read, and it just made me want to read more and more and more and more. And like, I have read some since, but like I always just want more because Bloodchild was just, it was it. It was everything I wanted and didn't know that I wanted. Then coming in at 43 pages is A Dead Djinn in Cairo by P. Jelly Clark. It's kind of a historical mystery, paranormal investigation thing. It's really hard to describe, like the whole series. Like, all of the little novellas that are like leading up to the book are all so different, and it's very hard to figure out which one is which, but I swear these are a good time. Paranormal-esque investigation in Cairo in 1912, and it's really, really good. It's so interesting. It's a really good, like, dipping your toes into this world that Clark has built. Very interesting. Also, our main character is sapphic. Loved that. Very interesting, very entertaining. It was really good at like world building and showing you, like, I felt like I was in Egypt in 1912. Like, that's how good the storytelling was. And for such a short book, like, that's amazing. Then coming in at 96 pages is Caroline's Heart by Austin Chant. This was a wild ride. This is a Western paranormal, lightly romantic story. Really, it has a lot of genres going on at the same time. So we're following this ranch worker. He's just doing his thing because he's a trans man, and so he was like, what is the most masculine kind of profession that I could do to really like immerse myself into that manliness? So he becomes a ranch hand. And then he's like, yeah, I feel like a guy while I'm doing this, but I'm also not fulfilled in any way. And so he just keeps doing what he's doing, but there is this witch that comes to this ranch every so often to like trade in some goods with the owner of the ranch. And everyone's like, ooh, it's the witch, it's the witch. And then our ranch hand gets to be the one to deliver some goods to the witch. And he's like immediately like, take me with you. Like, I want to go wherever you're going. Your world seems so much more fascinating and freeing. And he really, really wants to go with her. And she's like, I don't know. They end up coming together by circumstance. and it turns out that this witch is trying to bring back her dead lover. And the way that she's weaving this spell and how the magic works in this world, really, really interesting. I thought that was really fascinating. And I loved the relationship between our two main characters, because the witch is very much like, I don't really want to be around people, but our ranch hand is like, I want to know everything that you know. And it's very cute. Lots of things happen, and it is a very healing book, both for the witch and for our ranch hand. They both have their own things to kind of go through, and they do that kind of together and separately. So it's a very, very good little book. I really enjoy it. The magic system was so good. I loved the sweet little romance, and it was really, really fascinating. I highly recommend. Then the last book I'm going to recommend is 62 pages, and that is Camilla Devereaux's First Blush by Calypso Hart. This is a, let's just put it out there, it's a smutty book. I didn't know what I was going to get going into this, but I'm now mildly obsessed with the series. It's a really, really fun time. This is about Camilla, who is a recent divorcee, and she's plus size and is like, I want to love my body, and I don't know how. And then she meets this couple, this married couple, a man and a woman, and she gets to talking with them, and she has a really good connection with the woman, and then the woman basically asks her to be their third for a night, and that's what happens. So a threesome happens, and it was really like beautifully written, honestly. And the way that these two people are like worshipping Camilla's body, they're like, you are so sexy. I was like, yes. And then by the end of it, she's like, yeah, I am sexy. And she like gets that like passion for life back. It's really beautiful. And like we continue on with the series with all three of them, and it's just this really cute, but like good steamy. It had some very, very good steam. None of it was cringy or gross. And I loved the dynamic of this threesome and how it felt very mutual and equal and very respectful to all three of them, and it was just really, really well done, and it's such a good time. I do recommend, especially if you're wanting something with some good steam, because this definitely has that. Anyways, that is my 5 books that are under 100 pages that I think you should definitely check out. They're all such a good time, very different vibes for all of these, but like, you know, giving you some options on what you might want to end the year that is 2023. But I hope you have had a good year and a good reading year, and I hope that whatever you do next will be as fulfilling as you want it to be. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!